My name is Haley Shust. I'm a learning experience designer at Salesforce. I'm here to share one of my favorite tools, the Hemingway app. This tool has absolutely helped me become a better writer. The Hemingway app aims to improve the readability of your writing by examining your word choice and how your sentences are structured. We want to prioritize readability to ensure that learners can, read our content. Writing that's full of jargon, idioms, or long drawn-out sentences can make reading challenging for our learners. And if we want to design a meaningful, inclusive learning experience, we have to consider those who experience some difficulty when reading. This is particularly important for learners with impairments, such as dyslexia, or individuals whose native language isn't English. And that's why I use the Hemingway app. It helps me cross-check my written content, talk tracks for videos, and even some email drafts. So let's take a look at it, shall we? The app is designed with a really simple interface. There are two modes that you can work in, the write mode or the edit mode. You can toggle between them using the buttons in the upper right-hand corner. Write mode is for distraction-free writing. This is useful for working out your first draft. As needed, use the formatting bar at the top to stylize your content. You can bold content, italicize it, add bulleted or numbered lists, and create a hierarchy using headings. Edit mode has all the same functionality as the writing mode. You can still go in there and edit your content, stylize it as needed. However, you can now see the Hemingway app feedback on the right-hand corner. You may also notice that some of your content is highlighted in a variety of colors. So let's take a look at the Hemingway feedback. Starting at the top, we can see that the readability measures at grade 6. Now, there's some debate about the average reading level worldwide, but I'm going to let the researchers make those arguments. I know that generally best practice is to aim for about a 9th grade reading level. This ensures that your content can be understood by a wide variety of learners. So unless you're writing a very technical piece, we want to avoid writing for those higher grade levels because this often suggests that your content can be confusing, tedious, and often filled with that jargon that we want to avoid. In the next section down, you'll see word count. If you select more, then you can see estimated reading time, the number of letters, characters, sentences, and paragraphs. This is the good stuff. This is the information that you want to reference in situations where you're writing a talk track or something with a time limit, or perhaps you're only allotted a certain number of characters for a post. Now, imagine a drum roll in your head, because this next part is where we talk about the real value of the Hemingway app. This section is how I became a better writer, and hopefully will do the same for you. Note the 5 colored sections. Each one of them corresponds to a highlighted part in your written contents or in your draft. The blue represents adverbs. Adverbs weaken the impact of a verb, so should be used sparingly. For instance, instead of saying someone ran quickly, try using a more powerful verb, such as sped or scampered. Green indicates a passive voice. This is something that I'm extremely guilty of. Passive voice can make content sound like a crossword puzzle hint. Instead, write so that the subject of your sentence is doing the action and not being acted upon. The sentence, "You completed the training," is much better than "the training was completed by you." Purple indicates a phrase that could be simplified. This often includes those $10 words that you hear in a podcast and then attempt to reuse in your own content. These words complicate the content and increase that reading level, which is something we're trying to avoid. We want to keep it around that 9th grade reading level. Some terms may be possible to avoid, especially when your topic itself is very complex, but do your best to limit the number of purple highlights. And lastly, sentences marked in yellow or red are often difficult to read. Yellow represents moderate difficulty, while red indicates more extreme difficulty. These are often run-on or rambling sentences that would benefit by breaking into 2, maybe even 3 shorter sentences. Note that for sections marked in blue, green, or purple, if you highlight over them, they will provide some explanation for why it was marked. Sometimes the app will offer a better alternative or suggest that you simply omit them. You can use the handy omit button to remove them. I like to use the Hemingway app after I've completed my first read-through and right before I submit for an editorial review. I simply copy and paste all my content from my working document and then go ahead and add it into the Hemingway app and make adjustments. Keep in mind that this app is only making suggestions. Ernest Hemingway himself is not forcing you to change anything. Make edits as you deem fit, but remember that simple, concise language is your best bet for an accessible, inclusive learning experience. And that's all I've got. I hope you find this toolbox tip helpful for the next time that you're writing. Thank you.